afternoon and a happy Sunday. Yes, I still have on my tea hat. It was so fun, but honestly, I have to take it off. It's pretty but hot. So hats are not my thing, but the young ladies and everybody looked so beautiful today. The little princesses, they had their tiaras on. And I must say, thank you to everyone who supported the event. It was graciously, how can I say it nice? It was really, really appreciated. I like to thank everyone who came out, everyone that took a part in. And honestly, today, if it could have went wrong, it went wrong. But my guests, everybody, friends, stepped up to the plate. People was like, look, I got it. I'm about to do this for you, Mo. I got you, Mo. Go on and get dressed. And they did it. Actually, one of my Wilberforce sisters was there, her daughter, and it just was amazing. So thank you for anything. If you gave me an encouraging word today, if you stepped up, if you took a bag home, but thank you. Also, it was an amazing word. If you want to see I don't want to call it a sermon. It was more like a motivational word. Please go to the ABC Youth Facebook page. It is a live video of the speaker of today. Huge thank you to my sister friend, Dr. Crystal Cross. Her daughter and her did an amazing job. Her daughter set up the food and the food table. She made hearts out of water, and she's just gifted. And I thank God for all of my friends and my new friends. You will see the pictures later, but I made some big connection with some nice little people, and they look better than me dressed up. One little girl, well, I'll tell you next week, or I'll show you in the newsletter, but I need to step my dress game up because it was definitely royalty in the house today. So anyway, today we have two guests. Those who know me personally know I love to laugh. So one of our guests, he's a local comedian. I don't want to say local because he's kind of known, like, you know, he's doing big things. He had a picture with a legend yesterday. But I went to the comedy show Friday, and I usually don't go out because I usually do a lot of things with work and different stuff. But I went to his show with one of my good friends, Crystal, Dr. Crystal Cross. And laughter is good for the soul. And it was just good. It wasn't that many people there, but you know what? The people who needed to be there needed to get those jokes. So I appreciated the invite. The food was good. I believe it's Upstage Comedy Club. I don't have the address, but he'll give you that info. And we also have the Beach Project with some important updates coming on here. So I'm going to bring the gentlemen on, and they're so cool and dope. They're going to tell you about themselves. So first we have Mr. Clifton. How are you today?
Hey, chicka, yeah. Doing good. How are you?
I am good, and thank you so much. I enjoyed myself the other day. Like, I'm not a clubber. So for me to go and sit in the comedy club, I was like, okay, I don't want other people to see me. But it was so fun. It wasn't smoky. It was nice atmosphere, good jokes. So I enjoyed myself. So welcome. How are you today?
Doing good. I am beyond blessed, getting a lot of work done.
I understand. So how did you become a comedian? Like that? I know I was a class, well, I'm not going to publicly say that what I did in school, but I always had them jokes.
Okay, he was a class clown.
No, we wouldn't say that. We would say I was keeping the lesson going. They say it.
Okay. Well, I've been in entertainment since I was 6. And, I did acting, and I was in theater arts for most of my life. And we used to joke around about me being a comedian, but I didn't think I was going to actually become a comedian. I wanted to be like a rapper. Poetry was my first love. I was in literacy magazines in college, and Bobby Smith, who owns Upstage, was like, hey, I dare you to go do some comedy, because my poems had a lot of punchlines at the end of them. And I was like, well, you go do a poem, I'll go do comedy. All right. And so I got a great reaction from it. And I got paid real early on. So it wasn't like a whole bunch of money, but it was way more than what I was getting from rapping. So
Oh
That's
wow.
how I got in, and then I got into some illegal trouble, and I had to take comedy a little bit more serious because
Understand.
stand-up comedy does not do background checks.
No judgment zone here, but hey, it happens. You got to create your own way. I truly understand. But you do a lot of things. Like I follow your page. I'm not a stalker. I don't want you to think that, but I do follow your page.
Hmm.
And some of the things that you do are really cool. Meaning that education is definitely my background. I have a passion for kids, a passion for learning. So I see a lot of the you going into schools, and I think one school you kind of like told your backstory before you came. I was like, oh my gosh, this is dope. I got to get them on because a lot of people, some people don't really know what a person has done to get to where they are. And I've listened to a lot of things you say, and it comes out in your comedy. Like the other night, you was telling some stories, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, he is dope. He is really dope. So I truly, truly, like even if you got some jokes today, like you might want to share or anything, like it's your time. Like you can say it on here. And I don't just, it's not just San Antonio based. We are everywhere. If you haven't realized that by now.
Okay, well, if anybody wants to hear me
Uh-oh.
say
I think it's
some,
going out kind of.
to a can here. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Mic check, mic check.
There
Can
you
you
go.
hear
There you
me?
go.
Okay. No, if anybody wants to hear me tell some jokes, they can come to my shows. That's
Awesome
what the shows are
sauce.
for, so they can hear me tell jokes.
And where are your shows? Like, do you have a link? Do you have some?
Wherever I get booked, wherever they paying, I'm playing. You know what I mean? I do shows at house parties, I do shows in theaters, I do shows at comedy clubs, wherever they want to book me. I don't have a
Yes.
specific location where I only do shows at. I think that's funny. A lot of people are like, where you do your shows at? I'm like, wherever the promoter books me.
Okay. And how can they get in contact, like if they want to book? Because I was the other day. I think I laughed like the most I've ever laughed in a long time. And
Um, they can follow me on Clifton is Funny on all platforms. I got a show tonight at Upstage Comedy Lounge. I got another show on the 22nd at Vibes Bar and Grill. I have another show June 19th inside Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club. And so, and several other shows too, that I'm in the process of doing. Like on the 25th, I'm back at Upstage. So grind
wow.
don't stop. Then I got private gigs. So they can book me through Clifton is Funny on everything on all my business pages. And you can email, call me, inbox me. I do have an assistant as well. Her name is Latasha, and we'll get you squared away with her.
Awesome, awesome. So I am glad that you took time because I know you're busy. Like you like I got a show tonight, Bismo. How is it like when you finally start taking it seriously as far as being a comedian? Um, and if I'm getting too personal, let me know. I'll back off. But
No, you're saying how is it coming up? Years, but I had fun. It was stressful. I spent the night downtown just so I could perform at the midnight show. This was 13 years ago when they didn't really have Ubers like that. We had cabs, but cabs were expensive, and so I would go perform at midnight for free. And I would sometimes catch my bus, but sometimes I would miss my bus, and so I would have to wait till like 5 a.m. when the first bus comes out. And so I would go like roam around downtown, go eat at Denny's. Sometimes the waitresses would let me sleep there. So um, I had to put in my 10 hour. I had to put in my 10,000 hours, and so I would say after doing it for so long, after doing so many shows, after so many times on stage, I figured out what, and I'm still learning. There's still things that I personally need to work on, but after doing it 10,000 hours, it just kind of just clicked. Like my eighth year of doing stand up comedy, I performed on Broadway in New York, and that's what really changed the game. That's when I realized that this is I want to do this. Like that's when I realized I got something. I've always been funny. I've always been able to make people laugh. But when I realized I actually had something that I could really take care of my family with, I wake up every day knowing that I'm living my dream. I get to work with some of my childhood celebrities that I grew up watching. I get to inspire kids. I get to travel with my kids. Like I get booked out of town, and my kids come with me. So I'm a Power Ranger. So like I'm a real Power Ranger in real life,
Wow.
and I'm a wedding officiant, and I'm also I'm a great host. I'm an MC. I MC a lot of events, and then I'm a celebrity handler. So everything I do outside of comedy supports my comedy. So
Oh, wow. Let's see, I learned something new about you. I didn't know you do a lot of stuff. You get a lot of bags
hmm
in the
just
well,
network. Honestly, really, just networking and building relationships is what has really just helped my career um, a lot. It's not that I don't have a Netflix special, you know.
hey,
I don't
it's
have I
not
don't have I don't have I don't have like a major TV credit. I am on TV, but I don't have no like nothing super huge, and I'm still able to pack out shows. It's really because I just know so many people.
one, you know so many people, but you also are personable. Like, you would hit me up one week and was like, I like this. And I was like, okay, well just be a guest then. and and you came on. So that says a lot. And I truly appreciate that. And then you also challenged me the other day. And I was like, you know what? Oh, hey, Miss Sparks, how are you? That's Miss Vanessa Sparks from Jamaica, Queens, New York.
Hey,
Yes, I love her. She is the best in the business. But
you
you
said I
challenged
challenged you
yes, you challenged me the other day. And
or
what you
what?
don't know about me is I don't back down from any challenges ever. But you also like kind of was like, wait a minute, I do only do things for mothers, daughters, and girls. So guess what, Mr. Simmons? Guess what I did?
That wasn't a
Guess-
challenge. I was gonna make arrangements to see if I could have my daughter's mom like go. You
oh,
know.
well, I mean, I took it as a challenge. So now you can go with your daughter and you can wear your best because we're having a father-daughter dance.
Okay.
So
Okay.
and you got a whole
Yeah,
month to
we
figure.
like stuff. We do stuff like that. We love cute stuff like that. Take her out on a little daddy daughter date and
Yay!
open the door for her and
But
go
that's setting the
dance.
tone. That's setting the
Yeah.
tone, though. Um,
Yeah, and
I, I,
we both talked about that. I got to set the standard, you know.
yes.
And she's 8, but we both been through a lot within these past 8 years. And I keep it real with her. I tell her how I was,
Oh,
you know.
wow.
I was
Don't go in there. You gave that in your comedy show the other day, so no, no, I'm just
yeah,
but
no, I keep it. No, I really do keep it 100 with her, and like you said, I set the standard, and um, even sometimes myself, like, um, she'll call me out, be like, "You ain't gonna open the door, Dad? Really, really?" I'm like, "Dang, we in a
hey,
rush right now. Come on."
you started it. You know how it go.
Nah, but I love it. I mean, I also have a son named Jaden. He's like my little brother.
Oh,
So
well, that is super sweet. I do know that you did tell me that you have to go to a set. What time does your show start? Because I don't want to
you got
get
time?
kicked.
How long? I thought you said 45 minutes.
It is. I just didn't want. I'm about to bring on the other guest, and I just didn't want you to be like, "Wait a minute, Miss Mo." So if you do have to duck off, we know. But share
Okay.
those links again so people can know where to find your info.
Okay. I have a website called Clifton is Funny. Clifton is Funny. That is CLIFTON and that will link you to everything that I got. I got Instagram, Clifton is funny. I got Facebook, Clifton is funny. I got POF, Clifton is funny. I got Grinder, Clifton is funny. I got Cash App, Clifton is funny. Clifton is funny on everything. Everything you could think of. You could just Google Clifton is funny. So whatever platform you're on, you're gonna find me. Um, so
Okay, so I did share it. It is on the screen, even though I'm not, but I did share it. Please, please, please check him out. He is a gentle giant. Um, Pleasure to know. Also, he also supports one of my friends who is having an anniversary at the end of this month at their store. You wear a lot of their apparel. I love them. Also, the Mays family. So,
yeah,
those my people. I love them too. So I am going to bring on my other guest, by way of Seattle, Washington.
Woo.
Mr. Allen, this is a true story. I went to Seattle and freezing to me. I would love to be in Seattle today. It was 40 degrees there. I was so excited.
Was it a lot of rain?
No, it didn't rain. It was just cold. But it was such a wonderful trip to get to know Mr. Allen. And so I'm bringing him back on because we got something big coming to San Antonio. Hey, Mr. Allen, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. I got the comedian.
I've been listening. I've been listening. I'm about to Google him in just a little bit.
I got his address up there. Please, y'all. It's CliftonIsFunny.com. He is hilarious. And it was a good show. And I like to laugh. Sometimes I just make my own self laugh, but I laughed the whole time he was on there.
That's a good.
It was good.
Yeah, I had fun the other night. Very intimate. Got to talk to everybody in the audience. You know, those are the best shows. Because if I do bad, no one can say, "Oh, we saw him do bad." No one's not gonna believe those 8 people.
I can't. But
but it was good.
I was scared because when I used to go to comedy shows on campus or just going to comedy shows, period, you don't want to sit on the front row. And the lady, she kept trying to get me and my friend to sit in the front. I was like, they ain't gonna joke on me, you know.
Yeah, no, we usually don't really do that. One time you really like go in on somebody if they draw attention to themselves, like,
okay,
or they're heckling. You know what I mean?
No, I wasn't gonna heckle you because I can't stand. But no, it was a good show. So I don't know, Mr. Clifton doing big things like in real life, Mr. Allen. So he had a picture yesterday. I don't want it. That wasn't Dave Chappelle. It was a D.L. Hughley. What picture did you post yesterday?
Probably talking about in my story, probably D.L. Hughley.
Okay. I was like, I knew it was one of the legends. I didn't want to say the wrong name, but I was like, he's doing big things. And so that's what's going on. And are you from San Antonio?
From San Antonio. Well, I'm originally from Israel, but I grew up in San Antonio.
Got it. Okay, cool beans. So we went from San Antonio to Seattle. Is it cold there still?
It's cold. It's raining.
Okay, that's what I asked. I was like, was it raining? Yeah.
Yeah, it's raining. It's the high is 58 degrees today. And it'll be raining all week.
And the rain is normal out there, like on a regular basis, right?
It's not as bad as it is in down south Texas. You know, you'll never have to pull over on the side of the freeway and turn on the hazards. Here, it's sprinkles. It doesn't rain.
It's like a mist.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
It'll get on your nerves, but it doesn't just pour buckets of rain. Not like that.
Yeah, you can play a soccer game and it's a little wet.
Exactly. Exactly.
But
So
Texas, we're gonna have to shut down the game. Everybody go home.
no
No,
way.
it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
We needed
Right.
some rain today. I got in my car. It said 100 again. I was like, "This is the devil." No, it's too hot. So we need
I would have traded you. I definitely would have traded you.
no rain. I'm good. I just go in the air. But no. So Mr. Allen, Mr. Allen is here today because I work with him, but he also worked with me. So if you're in San Antonio, one of the things that you all know that ABCU's mission is to help our minority students get to HBCUs. So the B Project is a company that specializes in creating HBCU tours for minority students. So
Nice.
San Antonio, guess what? Next April, oh no, sorry, next March, we will host our first HBCU tour. We're going to start having interest meetings, people who are interested in taking the tour. But first off, you have to be serious because if you know how I work, I don't have time for people that's lukewarm. You got to be 100. 99 won't do. So you really have to put all your energy, come to the classes, learn the information. Parents, make your payment on time, your deposit on time, everything. Like, we don't have games for you because we're trying to get these kids to school debt free. So I am so excited that the B Project is working with A Better Chance for Youth, and I'm working with them also. Like, he just told me, like, I'm his adopted little sister. So I'm
No doubt.
I'm so excited, and I think ever since like day one, where I went to Seattle, and he gave me like a tour of that, and he talked about the tour that he did with his kids there, and I was like, "Bet we family. Where the cookout?" No, I'm just playing. So Mr. Allen, I'm excited. What do you think about that? Like, how did your kids in Seattle take it? Because I know that was probably the most cultural trip they've ever been on.
They definitely were excited. I think that there's definitely a difference between the kids on the West Coast and the kids that are going to be coming out of Texas. The West Coast doesn't get to see anything near an HBCU. In fact, there's only one HBCU on the West Coast, and that's Charles Drew, which is a medical school in Los Angeles, California. And that just opened back up recently. So, when we went to Atlanta and we went to Florida and saw some schools, and I think that they loved it. But I don't think that they were ready for the culture shock. It was a beautiful experience. They had fun though. I think they had fun. Lots of fun.
Awesome. So, in my thinking, I am so excited. That's why I'm like starting planning early. I'm going to send the interest sign up sheet out on the different platforms. So if you are interested in going on an official HBCU tour given by the B Project in collaboration with A Better Chance for Youth, please sign up now because we can only take limited seats. And I guess limited chaperones as well, but chaperones is not a kick it trip.
Well, we also have to make sure that they understand that the chaperones that we have probably will be someone that Miss Mo deems acceptable. We tend not to bring any family members, parents, simply because that becomes we're going to go see Ray Ray and Johnny because they live in Dallas, and we're gonna go get something to eat while everybody else is doing whatever they're doing. So we like to keep everybody together and make sure that nobody is doing their own little vacation.
Vacation.
You know, yeah. So
Time out.
see, I got a joke or two as well. See?
Go see Ray and them and go eat at such and such.
No, because
That's right.
it probably
That's
does
right.
happen. It's happened. That's why.
You know,
Because it
so
happened.
yeah, it happens.
Or people
And they
will do it.
Yeah, you know, so that's the only thing. But the schools that we're going to, Houston Tillotson, Prairie View, Texas Southern, Jarvis, Wiley College, and what's
Quinn.
Paul Quinn? There it is. There it is.
Yes, because the rationale is a lot of scholars here, they haven't seen any HBCU, so why not start with Texas?
Right.
So why not start with your home? That way you get that in-state whatever. But hey, we got to make it work. Exposure is the key. And that
Well, that's just the first one. We have many more to go. So it's exciting.
I wonder what it's like for those kids in Mississippi State, you know what I mean, to have Coach Prime as they coach, you know.
Jackson State.
Deion
Yes.
Jackson State. Yeah.
My bad. Jackson State.
Yes. They seem to love it. A lot of the scholars there, because he's almost like an advocate for he is an advocate, especially for the sports factor in our nation's HBCUs. I don't know if you all are aware. I know Mr. St. Clair, he might be running late. He might be watching. He might be logging on. He's really heavy in the sports realm of things. But even as a recruiter in his eyes, and sometimes in mine too, parents, they don't want to hear it when we talk about HBCUs. And sometimes it's disheartening, but I'm like, look, you want your kid to be a number, or you want the kid to be loved, nurtured, and appreciated. Right. And if you ever hear Coach Deion speak, or look at some of his videos on TikTok, he always acknowledged the lack of funding for HBCU sports. And he is like so uncut. He was like, if you do it again, I'm gonna call you out. I'm like, oh Jesus, don't call him out. But it's real though. That's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts. Our parents are so wrapped up into big names, they don't even want to pay attention to HBCUs. So, but
I saw where Master P's son went to a HBCU.
Tennessee State, I believe.
Right, but one of them started out at USC playing basketball and sitting the bench. And so, you know, like I said, we got to get some of the parents to understand, just like Deion was saying when he got the 5-star recruit. He was saying how some of the coaches were talking to him and saying that, oh, little Jimmy over there would be good for you guys. Mm-hmm. And he was saying, well, who are you guys? You know, what about Johnny over there? And they were saying, oh no, he's a top tier 5-star recruit. And he says, so why isn't he good enough for us?
That's true.
You know, we're no different than any of the other schools. But there is a lot of history. And the one thing that I hope that these kids understand, whether you're an athlete or whether you're just a student, some of the most intelligent, well-rounded people in all phases, Fortune 500 companies, tech, anything, doesn't matter, are coming from these HBCUs. And although they downplay it or you don't hear about it, you know, they think everybody that's intelligent comes from India or China or Japan. And they're coming from Alabama, and they're coming from Memphis, and they're coming from Texas. So, you know, we got to start believing in ourselves. So once these guys get on this tour and start seeing that greatness is on campus and it looks just like them, we'll start doing some incredible things with the young minds.
Exactly. You know? Miss Sparks, She just put is convincing the parents. And sometimes the kids, they come up and they don't really say much at these college fairs or different things that I speak at. It's the parents. They're like, oh, that school is this, that's a party school. And I said, well, do you watch the news? Because when they win sports events or they do something at these other schools, they party and they do a whole bunch of things. So she's right. It's convincing the parents and changing the mindset a lot. And to me, I always tell people, have you been? Once they say no, I'm like, well, how can you do something you've never been to? And they kind of like, okay, Miss Mo, I got it. Like,
what would y'all say are the main benefits of going to a HBCU? Like, how can I like urge more kids to, or more parents? Would you say what's the biggest push to point?
you want me to
I'm
take?
giving that to Miss Mo. Yes, most definitely. Most definitely.
Well, what I can say is the advantages are. I went to Wilberforce University, located in Ohio. Wilberforce is the first owned and operated institution that is a HBCU owned and operated by African Americans. Also heavy in the AME church. But what I can tell you is I did not want to go to school. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to be bothered with school. I was sick of school. I've been in high school 12 years. I'm done. However, I got to Wilberforce in the middle of the cornfields. Don't judge us. In the middle of the cornfields, directly across the street from another institution, which is Central State University. Wilberforce was just one of those places that let me find myself. I don't have to go somewhere and join a Black student union. We are the union.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You like, wait a minute.
That is a good. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know, I got professors that look like me, professors that's gonna hold me accountable. I have one that I still talk to this day, Dr. Tanya Moore. I'm gonna tell you this true story. Don't laugh at me, Mr. Simmons, or Mr. Brooks. But I took my college self, wrote an essay in pencil, and turned it into Dr. Moore. Dr. Moore is one of the best professors at Wilberforce University. She's still there. In her polite self, she politely gave me that paper back and all red ink on it. Nicely wrote in, I need this tight double space as I asked you to. With a nice big, like, it wasn't even a 60. I think she didn't give me no points. I think it just was like incomplete until I turned it back in. That's one example. The other example is I was in the choir. I was a soloist for the university choir. I've had problems with, I'm be real transparent. I had problems with relationships in college. I was a hothead, put it that way. Like I'll go from 0 to 100. So being in the choir, and some of my friends are probably watching. I hope they don't comment. Yes, it is nurturing, Miss Vanessa. I was in the choir, and Dr. Williams we used to call him Jaws because that was his initials, really was Jaws. And he act like Jaws, like he was no joke. But by the time I was a senior at Wilberforce, I understood all the lessons that he was teaching us. Like we used to be on the risers, and on certain days, my classmates would miss dinner because of me. Because I used to be like, "You're not gonna get the last word with me." Like I was going back and forth with this man, and I was like, you know what? All I had to do was be quiet, and we could have been gone. So that loving, nurturing environment and that personable thing, relationships you will have with your professors, lifelong relationships with friends. You may have it at a PWI, but I could call somebody today that I haven't talked to in like 20 years from school, and we will pick up like nothing ever went between us. That environment brought me into myself. I was able to get a voice. I was able to speak. I was able to learn how to be a friend. You get what I'm saying? Not just, those one-sided relationships, but where you actually learn to care and help other people. That is something that I know people will say, yeah, I got that at the PWI. No, you didn't, because you always had to try to find yourself and try to do different things to make yourself feel adequate or feel like you fit in with something. I didn't have to do that at Wilberforce. And if I had problems at Wilberforce, I'd go across the street at Central State. I had the same love and welcoming people there. and that's something, an experience that like was life changing for me. Like I said, I didn't like school at all, and here I am 4 classes away from a doctorate degree. That changed.
Big difference. Big difference. I went to the University of Washington, which is a PWI, a predominantly white institution. And what she is talking about, I could go to a class and have 1,700 people in one class in an auditorium. And if I went, that'd be great. If I didn't go, that'd be great. If I fell asleep, they wouldn't care. Wouldn't bother me. I could wake up and leave, and it wouldn't be any problem. The only thing that there was an issue, when tuition was due, they wanted their money. And that's all it is. And so when people say you're just a number, that's exactly what you are. You're a number, you're a paycheck, and it doesn't matter what you do with your money because it's your money that you're spending. I never went to an HBCU, but ever since I've been doing any of the tours, I have family my whole family is from New Orleans. So I know what hospitality is. But every time that I have taken these kids to any of the HBCUs, it has made me say, damn, I wish I would have went here. And that's even now. The experience, the love that you get, if I was young and was able to go on campus and somebody tells me, Mr. Brooks, I didn't see you in class today. Is everything okay? Why did you miss my class? This is what we can do to get that assignment in, or this is how we're going to do some extra credit because I want to see you pass the class. You have to put in the work, but there's nothing like somebody giving you that extra push. And when you don't understand, everybody is not sitting there making a mockery of you. People are there to help you. And students, faculty, advisors, it's a completely different environment. So you really have no choice but to succeed. If you don't succeed at the HBCUs, it's kind of pretty much you didn't want to.
At all.
And you know what? We have been programmed in to give a vision on what Black people are supposed to do. You know what I mean? This is stuff like what you're talking about is not really being broadcasted enough. We're focusing on sports. We're focusing on reality TV, like Love and Hip Hop. There's no love and no hip hop.
Right.
That's true. And Mr. It's true. You have I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Simmons.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like what y'all are saying, it just sounds really, really like amazing. And I did get to go to a couple. I went to Prairie. I went on the Prairie View tour back in the day when I was in high school, and I went to TSU, like the whole tour stuff of the HBCUs. But like you said, it's pretty cool. I like what y'all highlighted, to be around people that look like you, people that you can relate to.
Mm-hmm.
People that learn like you, because when you get to those PWIs, they think that you have to do everything their way. It's just like when you're speaking, if you don't speak properly or correctly, you're not doing the American way. So if you have a drawl and you say y'all, or if you say ain't, or then you ain't doing it right.
You gotta you gotta know both. I know both.
You can't teach a teacher. We started this. So everywhere you go, from DC, we built the grid. you know, they won't tell you. They want to talk about this critical race, theory and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
They won't ever tell you the truth. So if you want to learn the best from the best, you go where the best sit.
That's facts. And
And
you
and,
telling
and
the truth.
it's in the HBCUs.
Well, you are telling the definite truth, because I had went through a life changing situation. My freshman year, my sister was diagnosed with HIV/AIDS, and when I tell you, the professors, everybody stepped up. Like, I was on a choir tour. We was in New York City, and I had got the call, and they, what do you want to do? You want to go home? You want to this? And my sister was like, "Girl, you better go sing and enjoy your tour. I'll be here when you get back." And the tour bus, when we got back to Wilberforce, the tour bus took me to my mom and dad's house. Like, you're not gonna get that somewhere else. They be like, go on about your business, figure it out, get there, get home the best way you can. But that's why I say it's such a family. Like, to this day, we have a group chat, and we sit there and we talk and we share stuff. And I love, like, these are lifelong friends that end up being like your siblings. Your siblings. And I hated it in college because my mom and dad were like those parents, like, they never miss anything I do ever, still to this day sometimes. But they would come to the choir concerts. My aunts would come to the choir concerts. And I think one year my mom took in one of my friends, like, they kind of adopted him as a son because his parents had moved. And I'm like, God, why y'all keep taking my parents? But I'm learning that I'm older. I'm 45 as of May 1st. I've learned to share this year. So, but yeah, that's the whole. I know it's funny. I don't like this year, but I did learn to share that at least. Facts,
Not 45 years later, but okay.
I know some of us it take a little bit longer,
Okay.
Hey, but there's no there ain't no date as long as you got,
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Slow and steady get the race.
So as we are, I know time flies when you're having fun, because it's like 6:53. We done rocked it the whole time. And Mr. Sinclair didn't come. Maybe he's still traveling. I miss my brother today. I might call him when I get offline. Like, wait a minute, traveling didn't take that. No, so as a final push, if you got something, I'm gonna give you your time, your closing remarks. You got upcoming events. I'm gonna let you share it out before we close and get off. And then I couldn't remember the address to the Upstage Comedy Club, but I think
right next to Wang's Wings off of Walsham and Austin Highway.
You have a show there tonight, correct?
Yes, I got a show there tonight. I got a show there Wednesday. No, I got a show there on the 25th. Whenever the 25th lands, I believe that's a Wednesday.
Okay, please check him out. He is funny. Follow him on his page.
Clifton is funny on everything.
See, look, boom, we got you. We got you on the spotlight. So please, and then the B Project with Mr. Allen Brooks. Actually, let y'all talk about yourself. So I'm going to put the spotlight on Mr. Simmons so he can talk about his shows, because I want y'all to support him. He is really involved in the community. He goes to schools and speak. And y'all know me. If y'all don't, I'm one of those that if I'm winning, my friends winning too. And I will definitely promote everything that my friends do. You just got to let me know, hey, here's a flyer, and I'll put it in the newsletter. We all have to work together and get out that crab mentality. So here is Mr. Simmons.
All right. So I feel like I've already said everything, but just to elaborate more, I plan on linking up with Alan and seeing if I can get a benefit show going so I can raise money to help fund and get kids to HBCU tours. I also plan on having a few monthly comedy classes as well. I'm teaching comedy as well. And y'all can follow me for more information.
Awesome sauce. All right, Mr. Allen, tell us about the B Project.
Well, the B Project is about to come to your town. Texas, get ready. We're gonna have some fun. Anybody who is interested, please get in touch with Miss Mo or go to the website, thebprojects.com. It will be March the 6th until the 14th. And so the schools that we're talking about will be on there, and the informational group, you'll be able to get information from Miss Mo or on the website. And I'm looking forward to seeing some of this comedy, because I'm definitely going to support you, no question. And I'm excited. I can't wait to get to Texas and share the love. That's it. That's the most important thing. See these young kids be everything that they're supposed to be.
Awesome, awesome. So I have truly enjoyed this hour. I thank you guys for giving me your time today. Mr. Simmons had to go. He had a show tonight. Y'all please check him out. What's the website? The website for the college tour, Miss Lewis, or the website for the comedian? So as we're coming to a close, we had the tea party, and if you missed the beginning of the show, thank you so much, everybody that came out and supported. Thank you, everybody that had to help us put the tablecloths down. I do apologize if it went wrong. It could go wrong today, but it ended up being such a blessed event. I even wore a hat, but it was hot. I can't be a first lady. I can't be a church mother. Hats are hot, but they hot, Miss. Oh my God, like right here, I feel like I lost weight right here. I know, like I said. The date, the website for the BE Project. If you're referencing the college tour, I will put the sign up on the website this week. It'll be on abcufuturesinc.com, and it'll also be on the BE Projects. Is it .org or .com?
.com.
So it'll be on both. And trust me, we're going to over communicate, because what we want to do is make sure that our scholars get the same opportunities to get to see the HBCUs. So I hope that's enough information for you, Ms. Lewis. And also you can take my my email down, which is, which one I'm gonna give her now? mrobinson@abcufuturesinc.com, or inbox me your info, and I bet you I'll call you back tomorrow. You can be like, wait a minute, she really called? I do call, because this is personal to me. Like I shared some information with you all today about my school experience at an HBCU. And like I said, we are going places this year. So we're getting ready for this college tour. I'm super excited. March 6th through the 10th, I believe. But it's going to be good. By all means, make sure. Oh, you are so welcome. You are so welcome. And like as mentioned earlier, we will have a father-daughter dance. Mr. Simmons was kind of the inspiration for that. And it's going to be Saturday, June 25th from 6 to 8. We will have things set up a little different for the fathers and daughters. We want to provide them with space to actually dance. So they will actually get to wear their not Sunday best, because I have some fathers talking about they going to the tuck store. So yes. So anyway, those are the things that we have coming up. One of our big things that we are accepting sponsorship for, Mr. Brooks, we got to accept sponsors now. Like, if you need a sponsorship letter, or your company does sponsorship, please let us know. We are doing our second HBCU send-off in collaboration with San Antonio HBCU Network, in collaboration with Every Person Counts. That's Mr. Leon Fry. That's my Grambling brother. Please, 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 if you're interested in sponsoring the event or becoming a sponsor, I can email you or mail you a letter so that can happen. sorry, got things cost. It's not a yearly sponsor. So once you pay it, we just gonna put you on all our stuff. We'll put you on our website, and you're helping people get exposure to HBCUs, which is our goal. So, Mr. Brooks, my brother didn't come on today. I'm kind of sad. I'm gonna call and check on him.
Yeah, check on them. There you go.
So that has been us for Let's Talk About It. I don't know. I don't think I'm ever gonna wear hats again unless it's winter. I mean, did you see it? This thing. Look at it.
I still can't get over that I lost weight. Right.
Look at it. This thing here. That was like, girl, you wearing that hat. I'm like, oh, goodness. I got a whole new respect for first ladies, the women in white, anybody that ever wears a hat to church. I have a whole new respect for it because it's hot. But so that's been us on Let's Talk About It. I have truly enjoyed this hour. Thank you, Mr. Clifton. If you have time, go check him out at the comedy show at Upstage Comedy on Walsham Road next to Wayne's Wings. I didn't get lost getting it. Well, let me tell the truth. I got lost a little bit, but I found it. So please get out there. Enjoy the show. Thank you, Mr. Brooks. I know we on the time zone difference, but I truly appreciate you making it work so we can tell this big announcement about our college. I'm excited. Aren't you excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited, and thank you for having me.
Always. You're going to be on here a lot because we got to promote this tour. So,
let's go. Let's go.
All right. So thank you. Thank you, everybody. I will post the tea party pictures now. It's like Ms. Mo never stops. I'm always working in the grind. If you are interested in any of my new books, I got 2 books that came out at the same time. Trust me, it was not planned. I thought I was just focusing on one. So if you plan on purchasing that, go to Amazon.com. I think both my guests left me because I am clearly out of time. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for those that came to the tea party. Thank you for those that helped out. Thank you for those that decorated. And I shall see you next week. Oh, before I go, we had 2 finalists for the Takesha A. Davis Scholarship. I will be sending out their personal letters, and they will be on a future show to share their essays. Actually, it's next month. We're going to call it Senior Sunday, and you will see all the seniors and all their accomplishments for this year. Also, before I get out of here, I have a special shout out. I wish I had the picture available for Miss Maria Hampton. When I tell you, this scholar and her parents are so amazing. Maria graduated from college and high school at the same time. And she's an honor student. She's going places. Might want to watch her. Thank you. Have a nice Sunday. Try to stay cool because it's 100 degrees in Texas. And I shall see you next week. Thank you.